Have you ever wondered how a single moment can change a land forever? Picture this, a sage soaring through the sky on a fierce tigress, landing at a sacred cave where mysteries unravel. Why did Guru Rinpoche come to Paro Taktsang? And what secrets did he leave behind? If you're new to Buddhism, this story will spark your curiosity and light your path. Stay with us to uncover a truth that could transform the way you see the world. Hit that play button. Let's begin the journey. The flight of the Tigress. In the mist-laden valleys of Bhutan, where jagged peaks pierce the heavens and the air hums with a quiet, ancient energy, a story unfolds that binds the heart to the eternal. It is a tale of Guru Rinpoche, the lotus-born sage, whose name echoes through time like a mantra whispered by the wind. Imagine this, a man, radiant with wisdom, soaring through the boundless sky, not on wings of feather or steel, but astride a fierce, golden-eyed tigress. Her paws tread the clouds as if they were solid earth, her roar a hymn that shakes the mountains. This is no mere legend, it is a pulse of truth, a spark that ignites the soul's deepest yearning for liberation. Lean closer, let the rhythm of this story pull you in, for it is woven with threads of wonder, and once you begin, you may find it impossible to turn away. The tale begins in a time when the world was young, yet already heavy with the shadows of ignorance. In the land of Bhutan, nestled like a jewel in the Himalayas, the people lived in awe of their sacred peaks, yet trembled before the unseen forces that stirred in the dark. Spirits, both benevolent and wrathful, danced in the crevices of cliffs and whispered in the rustling pines. The valley of Paro, with its emerald fields and rushing rivers, was a place of beauty, but also of unrest. The locals spoke of a cave high on the sheer face of a mountain, a place called Taktsang, where the veil between worlds was thin. It was said that no mortal could reach it, for the path was treacherous, and the air itself seemed to guard its secrets. Yet, the people yearned for a light to guide them, a presence to tame the chaos within and without. And so, the stage was set for a miracle. Now, picture the scene. The sky is a canvas of twilight, streaked with gold and violet. The kind of sky that makes you pause and feel the weight of your own existence. From the east, a figure approaches, not walking the earth like an ordinary man, but riding the currents of the air. Guru Rinpoche, his robes flowing like rivers of saffron, his eyes alight with the fire of compassion, sits astride a tigress whose fur glows like molten amber. The beast is no ordinary creature. She is a manifestation of divine energy, a dakini in animal form, fierce yet obedient to the will of the master. Her eyes burn with intelligence, her muscles ripple with power, and as she moves, the clouds part before her like a curtain drawn back to reveal a cosmic stage. The people below, farmers and monks alike, freeze in their tracks, their breath stolen by the sight. Who could look away from such a vision? Who could resist the pull of a moment that feels like the universe itself is speaking? As the tigress descends toward the jagged cliffs of Paro Taktsang, the air grows thick with anticipation. The cave, perched impossibly high, is no mere hollow in the rock. It is a womb of the divine, a sanctuary where the sacred and the mortal might meet. Guru Rinpoche's arrival is not a random act. It is a response to a silent cry, a yearning that has rippled through the hearts of the people for generations. The tigress lands with a grace that belies her ferocity, her paws touching the stone as if greeting an old friend. Rinpoche dismounts, his presence a beacon of calm amid the wildness of the mountain. The locals, gathered at the base far below, whisper among themselves. "Is this the one foretold?" they ask. "The one who will tame the spirits and bring peace to our land?" Their questions hang in the air, unanswered yet alive, pulling them closer to the mystery unfolding above. What is it about this moment that stirs the soul? Perhaps it is the image of a man defying the laws of the earth, riding a creature of myth through a sky that seems to bow to his will. Or perhaps it is the promise of what lies within the cave, a secret that could unravel the knots of suffering and ignorance. As Guru Rinpoche steps into the shadowed mouth of Taktsang, the tigress remains at the entrance, her eyes scanning the horizon as if guarding the threshold between worlds. Inside, the cave is cool and silent, its walls etched with the breath of ancient forces. Rinpoche does not hesitate. He moves with the certainty of one who knows his purpose. The air hums with energy, a vibration that seems to pulse in time with the heart. Can you feel it? That subtle tug, that whisper urging you to follow him deeper, to discover what lies beyond the ordinary. The cave is no ordinary place. Its walls, though rough and unyielding, seem to shimmer with an inner light, as if the stone itself remembers the touch of the divine. Guru Rinpoche sits in meditation, his form still but radiating a power that fills the space. The spirits of the mountain, once restless and untamed, gather in the shadows, drawn to his presence like moths to a flame. They are not evil, these spirits, but wild, chaotic, untethered to the path of wisdom. Rinpoche's mind, vast as the sky, embraces them all. His mantras, soft yet unyielding, weave through the air, a thread of sound that binds the unseen to the seen. The spirits tremble, not in fear, but in recognition, for they sense a force greater than themselves, a compassion that cuts through delusion like a sword through mist. And you, reading this, can you feel the pull of that moment? The way it calls you to witness something larger than yourself, something that promises to unravel the mysteries of existence. As the night deepens, the cave becomes a crucible of transformation. Guru Rinpoche's meditation is not a retreat from the world, but a plunge into its heart. He is not merely taming spirits, he is awakening the potential for liberation in all beings. The tigress, still at the entrance, lets out a low growl, a sound that resonates with the pulse of the earth. The people below, though they cannot see the cave, feel a shift in the air, a lightness, a clarity, as if the weight of their fears has begun to lift. Stories will later spread of this night, of how the stars seemed to burn brighter, of how the winds carried a scent of lotus blossoms where none grew. But for now, the moment is raw, alive, electric with possibility. You want to know what happens next, don't you? The way the story weaves its magic, drawing you deeper into the heart of the mystery, making it impossible to look away. The transformation within the cave ripples outward, touching the valley below. The farmers, the monks, the children who had gazed upward in awe, they all feel it, though they cannot name it. It is the spark of awakening, the first flicker of a truth that transcends the ordinary. Guru Rinpoche's presence is a reminder that the divine is not distant, not locked away in some unreachable heaven, but here, now, in the breath and the stone and the beating heart. The tigress, her golden eyes gleaming in the moonlight, seems to know this too. She is more than a mount. She is a symbol of the fierce compassion that cuts through illusion, the power that carries the seeker to the edge of enlightenment. And as the first rays of dawn touch the peaks, something new is born in Paro, a seed of wisdom, planted in the hearts of those who witnessed the impossible. But the story does not end here. Oh no, it is only beginning. The cave, the tigress, the lotus-born sage. These are but the opening notes of a symphony that will echo through time. What did Guru Rinpoche find in the depths of Taktsang? What truths did he uncover, and how did they shape the destiny of Bhutan? The answers lie ahead, shimmering like a mirage, calling you to follow. You cannot stop now, can you? The pulse of the story has taken hold. its rhythm synced with your own curiosity, urging you to turn the page, to step deeper into the mystery. For in the heart of this tale lies a truth that could change everything. A truth that Guru Rinpoche carried on the back of a tigress, a truth that waits for you to claim it, the pulse of the cave. The dawn breaks over Paro Valley, a golden tide washing over the cliffs, the pines, the trembling hearts of those who witnessed the impossible the night before. The air is alive, crackling with a quiet electricity, as if the mountains themselves are whispering secrets. High above, in the sacred hollow of Taktsang, Guru Rinpoche sits, his presence a still point in a world that feels newly born. The tigress, his fierce companion, paces at the cave's mouth, her amber eyes catching the first light like twin flames. Her tail flicks, a rhythm that seems to sync with the pulse of the earth itself. Can you feel it? That subtle hum, that tug at the edge of your soul, urging you to lean closer, to follow the thread of this story as it weaves through the mist. You thought the first glimpse of this tale was captivating, but oh, what lies ahead will bind you tighter, drawing you into a dance of wonder and truth. The people below, scattered across the valley like seeds on fertile ground, cannot see the cave, but they sense its power. Farmers pause in their fields, their hands still on wooden plows, their eyes lifted to the cliffs. Monks in crimson robes chant softly, their voices weaving a net of prayers that rises like smoke. Children, too young to understand, point to the sky and laugh, as if they alone can see the echoes of the tigress's flight. Something has shifted in Paro, something intangible yet undeniable. The air feels lighter, the colors sharper, as if the world has been polished by an unseen hand. And yet, questions linger like morning dew. What is happening in the cave? What force has Guru Rinpoche unleashed? The answers are close, so close, and you can't help but want to chase them, to peel back the layers of this mystery until the heart of it shines bare. Inside Taktsang, the cave is no longer just a hollow in the rock. It is a crucible, a space where the ordinary bends and the divine breathes. Guru Rinpoche's meditation has deepened, his mind a vast ocean, calm yet fathomless. The spirits of the mountain, those wild, untamed forces, no longer lurk in the shadows. They kneel before him, not in submission, but in reverence, their chaotic energy softened by the radiance of his compassion. His mantras, like ripples on water, spread outward, touching not just the spirits but the very stone of the cave. The walls seemed to pulse, as if remembering their own sacredness, their role as guardians of a truth older than time. Imagine this: a single breath from the sage and the air shimmers, a single word and the mountain listens. Isn't that enough to keep you here, to make you wonder what power lies in a heart that sees no separation between self and other? The tigress, ever watchful, lets out a low growl, a sound that carries both warning and promise. She is no mere beast. She is a Dakini, a divine feminine force, her form a bridge between the earthly and the celestial. Her presence at the cave's entrance is a reminder that the path to wisdom is not gentle. It is fierce, demanding, alive with the fire of transformation. Guru Rinpoche, seated in lotus posture, seems to draw strength from her, their bond a silent conversation that needs no words. Together, they are a force of balance, his calm, her ferocity, his stillness, her motion. The cave hums with their combined energy, a symphony that resonates beyond the stone, reaching the valley below, stirring the hearts of those who wait. Can you feel the pull of that harmony? The way it beckons you to keep reading, to discover what alchemy is unfolding in this sacred space. As the sun climbs higher, its rays pierce the cave, illuminating Guru Rinpoche's face. His eyes, though closed, seem to see everything. The fears of the people, the restlessness of the spirits, the hidden potential in every blade of grass. He is not here to conquer, but to awaken. His meditation is a fire that burns away illusion, revealing the luminous truth beneath. The spirits, once wild, now sit in a circle around him, their forms shifting between shadow and light. They are learning, as all beings must, that freedom lies not in chaos but in clarity. Rinpoche's voice, when he speaks, is soft yet unyielding, a single mantra that cuts through the noise of existence. Om Ah Hung. The sound reverberates, a wave that travels beyond the cave, down the cliffs, into the valley. The people below feel it. A vibration in their bones, a warmth in their chests. They don't understand it, but they want to, don't you? Don't you want to know what that sound carries, what it promises? The tigress rises, her muscles taut, and steps closer to Rinpoche. She does not interrupt his meditation but adds her own energy to it, her growl blending with his mantra, creating a harmony that feels like the heartbeat of the universe. The cave, once a place of mystery, is now a beacon, its energy radiating outward, touching every living thing in Paro. The farmers return to their plows, but their movements are slower, more mindful, as if they carry a new awareness. The monks' chants grow stronger, their voices infused with a courage they did not know they had. The children, still laughing, begin to sing, their voices weaving a melody that no one taught them. The valley is changing, not in grand gestures but in quiet, profound ways. And yet, the heart of the transformation lies in Taktsang, where Guru Rinpoche and his Tigress are rewriting the destiny of this land. You can't look away now, can you? The story is alive, pulling you deeper, demanding you see it through. The day passes, and the cave becomes a nexus of light and sound. Guru Rinpoche's meditation is no longer just his own. It is a gift to the world, a seed planted in the collective heart. The spirits, now calm, offer their own power to him, not as servants, but as allies. They are no longer forces of chaos, but guardians of the Dharma, protectors of the path that Rinpoche is carving. The tigress, sensing the shift, lets out a roar that echoes across the valley. A sound that speaks of triumph, of awakening, of a truth that cannot be undone. The people below hear it, and their hearts leap. They do not know what has happened, but they feel it. A promise that the darkness can be tamed, that the divine is not distant but near, as close as their own breath. And you, reading this, can you resist the call to follow this story to its end? To discover what final gift Guru Rinpoche will leave in the cave of Taktsang? The sun begins to set, painting the cliffs in hues of crimson and gold. The tigress lies down at the cave's entrance, her body a golden silhouette against the fading light. Guru Rinpoche remains in meditation, but there is a sense that something is coming. A culmination, a revelation. The valley holds its breath. The spirits wait in silence, and the air itself seems to shimmer with anticipation. What will happen when the sage rises? What will he carry out of the cave, and how will it change the world? The answers are just beyond reach, tantalizingly close, pulling you forward like a current you cannot resist. You're in too deep now, aren't you? The story has you, its rhythm pulsing in your veins, urging you to stay, to see what lies at the heart of Taktsang. And so, you will return, won't you? For the final truth is waiting, and it is a truth that could set your soul ablaze. The Light of Taktsang. The twilight deepens over Paro Valley, a velvet shroud settling over the peaks, the rivers, the hearts that beat in rhythm with an unseen pulse. The cliffs of Taktsang glow faintly, as if the stone itself has absorbed the light of Guru Rinpoche's presence. Inside the cave, the air is thick with a sacred silence, broken only by the soft hum of his mantras and the occasional rumble from the Tigress, who lies at the entrance like a guardian of eternity. Her golden fur catches the last rays of the sun, a beacon for those below who still gaze upward, their souls tethered to the mystery unfolding above. Can you feel it? That electric pull, that whisper in your blood urging you to stay, to see this tale through to its blazing end? The story has woven its spell around you, and now, as the final threads come together, there's no turning back. You're part of it now, drawn into the heart of a truth that could shift the very ground beneath you. The cave of Taktsang is no longer just a hollow in the mountain. It has become a mirror of the mind, a space where the boundaries between self and cosmos dissolve. Guru Rinpoche sits at its center, his form radiant yet still, a lotus blooming in the void. The spirits, once wild and restless, now rest in a circle around him, their energies aligned, their forms shimmering like stars caught in stone. His mantras have woven a tapestry of sound and light, each syllable a thread that binds the chaotic to the divine. The Tigress, her eyes like twin moons, watches him with a knowing gaze. Her presence, a reminder that wisdom is not soft. It is fierce, unyielding, a fire that burns away all that is false. Imagine this, a single breath from the sage and the cave pulses, a single glance and the spirits bow. Isn't that enough to keep you here, to make you crave the final revelation that waits in the shadows? Outside, the valley is alive with a quiet transformation. The farmers, their hands calloused from toil, feel a warmth in their chests, a spark of understanding they cannot name. The monks, chanting in their monasteries, find their voices rising with a new clarity, as if the words themselves have been kissed by truth. The children, playing in the fields, weave songs of the tigress and the sage, their laughter carrying a wisdom beyond their years. The air hums with possibility, as if the world has tilted ever so slightly toward the light. And yet, all eyes, seen and unseen, remain fixed on Taktsang, where Guru Rinpoche's meditation is reaching its crescendo. The question hangs in the air, heavy and irresistible. What will he bring forth from this sacred space? What gift will he leave for the world? You want to know, don't you? You can't help but lean closer, caught in the current of a story that feels alive, as if it's breathing with you. Within the cave, time seems to bend. Hours stretch into moments, moments into eternities. Guru Rinpoche's meditation is no longer just a practice. It is an act of creation, a forging of a path that others might follow. The spirits, now fully transformed, are no longer mere guardians of the mountain. They are allies of the Dharma, bound to protect the teachings that Rinpoche will impart. His voice, when it rises, is not loud but piercing, a single mantra that cuts through the illusion of separation. Om Mani Padme Hung. The sound is a river, flowing through the cave, down the cliffs, into the valley, touching every heart, every stone, every blade of grass. The tigress rises, her growl harmonizing with the mantra, a sound that shakes the air and stirs the soul. Can you hear it? That resonance, that call to awaken, pulling you deeper into the story, making it impossible to look away. The cave begins to glow, not with fire or sunlight, but with a light that seems to come from within. The walls, etched with the breath of ages, shimmer as if alive, reflecting the truth that Guru Rinpoche has uncovered. That liberation is not a distant goal, but a reality already present, hidden only by the veils of ignorance. He rises, his movements slow, yet purposeful, his eyes alight with a compassion that sees no boundaries. The spirits bow, not in worship, but in recognition, for they see in him the mirror of their own potential. The tigress steps closer, her head lowered, her energy a perfect balance of ferocity and grace. Together, they stand at the cave's mouth, a vision that burns itself into the memory of the mountain. The valley below feels the shift, a ripple of peace, a whisper of possibility. You can't resist it, can you? The way this moment pulls you in, demanding you witness its completion. As Guru Rinpoche steps out of the cave, the first stars appear in the sky, their light a reflection of the wisdom he carries. The tigress follows, her paws silent on the stone, her presence a reminder that the path to enlightenment is not walked alone. It is shared, embodied, alive with the energy of all beings. The people below, though they cannot see him, feel his presence like a warm wind, a promise that the divine is not beyond reach. Stories will later spread of this night, of how the stars seemed to dance, of how the rivers sang, of how the valley awoke to a new dawn. But for now, the moment is raw, electric, a spark that could ignite 1,000 hearts. Guru Rinpoche raises his hand, not in gesture but in blessing, and the air itself seems to bow. The cave of Taktsang, now consecrated, becomes a beacon for all who seek the truth, a place where the lotus-born sage tamed the wild, where the tigress carried him to the edge of the divine. The people of Paro will never be the same. The farmers return to their fields, but their work is now an offering, each seed planted with intention. The monks chant with a new fire, their prayers a bridge to the infinite. The children sing of the tigress, their voices weaving a myth that will echo through generations. And the cave, high on the cliffs, remains, a silent witness, a sacred space where the impossible became real. Guru Rinpoche and his tigress will depart, their forms fading into the mist, but their legacy endures, a flame that burns in the heart of Bhutan. You feel it, don't you? That final spark, that truth that lingers like a melody you can't forget. The story has ended, but its power has not. It lives in you now, urging you to carry it forward, to seek the light that Guru Rinpoche found in the cave of Taktsang. And so, the tale closes, but the journey does not. The valley, the mountain, the tigress's roar, they call to you still, whispering of a truth that is yours to discover. You didn't just read this story, you lived it, felt its pulse, followed its rhythm to this final radiant moment. And now, as the stars shine over Paro, you know you'll never be quite the same. The lotus-born sage has left his mark, not just on the mountain but on you, and the path he carved is one you can walk if you dare. So, what will you do with this spark? Will you let it fade, or will you let it burn?